You make friends with people who are in the service because you feel this kinship to them. And so you kind of drop other people out of your lives because it's difficult when you're moving and you're not able to talk about what you do. My name is Anne-Marie Lambert. I joined the service in 2000.
What was your biggest sort of success or your most exciting moment when you were with the service?
I actually won an award for the undercover work I did. So, except for you win this award, but you can't tell anybody about why you won the award, and you have something that you can't show anybody you won.
So are you allowed to tell me this, or should we not say that?
No, I think it's okay. The award part, but it's like you win an award, so you get recognition for the work that you do, but you can't tell anybody. So if you say, oh yeah, my husband, talking to my husband, well, I won this award for this work I did. Oh, what was the work? Well, I can't tell you. So what did you get from it? Well, I can't tell you. So it's it has to be all very personal. You have to be able to live with that personal feeling of satisfaction and that you did a good job, rather than an overt show of, excellence or that sort of thing. So often as an intelligence officer, you don't get to see a case to its fruition. Like, very few cases actually go to fruition and end with something. It's just a continuation. It just continues and continues and continues. And work that I did, in 2014 when I left the service probably continues on to this day in a different form. And so you don't ever get that finality of your work. And in some cases, you don't even talk about what you do to people that work in the same area as you. So there could be a case that only one person and the supervisor know about, not the 6 people who are working in the same area. You move a lot. So I moved 3 times with the service. You make friends with people who are in the service because you feel this kinship to them. And so you kind of drop other people out of your lives because it's difficult when you're moving and you're not able to talk about what you do. So leaving the service is difficult, and I kind of wish there was like a deprogramming program for people who leave CSIS, just to help them get started.
In the 3rd MacDonald Commission report, it talks about how this type of work can dull your moral sensibilities.
Oh God, I never thought of my moral sensibilities as dulled. I was always thoroughly and firmly convinced that what I was doing was for the safety and security of Canadians. And I was very proud to work for CSIS and to have a part of that. One of the things I used to tell people is that if they didn't know about some of the things that were going on, that was the whole goal. That was my goal, is for people not to figure out what we were working on, because then that means it didn't affect them.
You mentioned this to me earlier, how when people would discover that you worked in intelligence, after the fact, sometimes they would have different preconceived notions about what that means. Tell me about that. Like, tell me about.
Yeah, I think I was telling you a story about how I was dating someone, and I wouldn't tell people right away where I worked. It would be, depending on if I thought the relationship was going anywhere, then I would disclose where I used to work. And in this case, it was a longer term relationship, so I did disclose where I used to work. And this person was from like a hometown that I used to live in. So they had known me, pre-CSIS and post-CSIS. And that person was not happy that I used to work for CSIS because they thought that because I could lie in my job at CSIS, that I would lie to them. And I said, there's like a very big difference between what I did at CSIS and my home life. I said, I'm a terrible liar. on a personal level. Yeah, I lied with respect to undercover operations or, things that were said in the work context, but that doesn't translate into something personal. But that person just couldn't get over the fact that that's what I used to do for a living, and the relationship ended because, they just couldn't get over it. But even I was leaving Edmonton yesterday, and my husband was telling our neighbor, "Oh, Anne-Marie's going to Ottawa for this potential, documentary on CSIS," and he made this joke that, I keep probing Anne-Marie to tell me about things about CSIS, but she doesn't do it. He's like, "What if I was like this spy and, we're in this relationship and I'm reporting back about you?" And I said, "Oh, okay, well, how's that going?" He's like, "Not good. You don't tell me anything." So even then it kind of like it weaves its way into your life. And that's why I really don't like talking about it.